So, you're looking for a dog trainer in the Trenton area. And it can feel like a pretty big decision, right? Well, in this explainer, we're going to cover all the key things you need to know to find a great match for you and your dog so you can feel really confident about your choice.
Because at the end of the day, it's all about enjoying life together, right here in our community. And good, solid training, well, that's the foundation that makes all those great experiences possible.
First up, let's talk about why choosing a trainer who really understands life in and around Trenton is so beneficial. You might be surprised how much a local approach matters. I mean, just think about our daily life here. A local trainer gets that your dog might see farm equipment on the road or maybe a deer in the yard. The right training helps your dog learn to handle all these local sights and sounds calmly, which makes them a safer, more pleasant companion no matter where you go.
Okay, so now let's get into the different training philosophies and formats out there. Understanding your options is really the first step to finding that perfect fit for your dog.
You're going to hear this term a lot, and for good reason: positive reinforcement. It's really at the heart of modern, effective dog training. This isn't about dominance or anything like that. It's simply about rewarding your dog for making good choices. It's backed by science, and it's the best way to build a strong, trusting bond.
So, as you can see, you've got a few main paths you can take. Group classes, they're fantastic for socialization and learning around other dogs. Private lessons are perfect if you're trying to tackle something specific at home. And then you have board and train, which can be this really intensive learning experience, but you absolutely have to do your homework on the facility. What's best really just depends on your dog.
All right, so let's say you've got a few names of potential trainers. Now what? How do you actually pick the right one? Let's walk through how to evaluate a trainer to make sure they're qualified and a good match for you.
Yeah, you're going to see a bunch of letters after a trainer's name, and it can definitely look like a bowl of alphabet soup. But those letters, they actually mean something. They're a clear sign that a trainer is dedicated to their education and uses current, science-based methods. It's a great first indicator that you're talking to a real expert.
Think of this as your personal checklist for that first phone call or meeting. If you walk through these 4 steps, you'll get a really complete picture of who you're talking to. You're listening for a clear commitment to positive methods, you want to see proof of their education, a specific plan for your dog, and, of course, total clarity on all the costs involved. Okay, let's talk about the practical stuff. We're going to look at what you can probably expect to pay for training around here, and then we'll quickly go over the local rules every dog owner needs to be aware of. This chart should give you a pretty good ballpark for what to budget, and you can see how the costs really change depending on the type of training. One thing to keep in mind, though, since some trainers might be coming from nearby towns, it's always a good idea to ask if there are any travel fees up front. No surprises that way. When it comes to local rules, it's all pretty straightforward. You've got to keep your dog under your control in public, make sure their rabies vaccination is current, and, just be a good neighbor when it comes to barking. A good trainer is going to help you and your dog handle all of this with no problem.
Okay, so you've started the training. Now for the fun part. Where can you actually go to practice everything you're learning? Let's check out some great local spots that will help your dog use their new skills in the real world.
Taking your training on the road to different local places is such a great way to make it all stick. You could start at the city park where it's a little quieter, then maybe head over to the historic site where there's a bit more going on. And eventually, you can practice on the trails at Lake Barkley. It's all about building on those skills one step at a time.
So we really wish you the best as you get started on this training journey. The effort you put in now is going to pay off in so many ways, from just having a quiet evening at home to nice walks through town or having friends and neighbors over without any stress.